Motivate myself to work independently. I still agree with this because it's easy to make myself work things easier because I know I can cooperate with other people might not working with other people.
Yeah.
I can work well as part of a team. I still agree with this because I've been working as part of a team for performances since I was about 5, so I've got used to it in the 11 years since I've done it. I'm happy to take the lead on group projects, and somewhere between kind of and agree with this one now because sometimes I lose my train of thought and get really confused with myself, so I can't really lead other people if I don't know what I'm on about. But it's better than it was at the beginning of the year. I still agree with I'm happy to experiment with ideas and suggestions because the more ideas and suggestions that go into it could make the performance better than it was originally. I still agree with I can kind of select and reject appropriate material for a performance because sometimes I think something works and then it doesn't when I actually go watch the performance I've done, and sometimes I don't think something will work that turns out it actually would, so it makes it easier. I don't think I can kind of critically evaluate my work now. I think I can because I've done it for long enough, and in college it's a different atmosphere than I'm used to, so I can do it differently and more in depth now. I can apply feedback effectively. I didn't actually answer that, but I do agree with it because if you get the feedback for something, you can make it a lot better than it already was originally. I still agree with that. I can learn a script in time for a performance because scripts really aren't that hard to memorise with me. I've always been able to just know it. I still agree with I can project my voice appropriately for the performance space because I know the different tones and how loud my voice needs to be for a certain amount of space and how the type of room is. I can still agree with I can build a character effectively because I can take a small background of a character and turn it into a full-blown history of a character and know its different mannerisms and stuff like that. I still don't agree with I can use accents that are appropriate for character work because, oh my god, I'm terrible with accents. I can communicate attentions to an audience, and I still agree with that because with certain things like unspoken things, I can communicate what the meaning behind the unspoken piece is without actually the need to speak. I still agree that I can stage an acting performance appropriately because I've never had a problem with blocking or the audience not being able to see people's facial expressions because they have the back to them or it's a bad angle or something. I'm still gonna go with kind of I understand how to use comedic timing effectively because I'm not a funny person, so I don't really know how to place them all the time. I understand how to structure a script, and I still agree with that because I've used many scripts and I know how they're laid out and it's just there, kind of. I'm not quite agree with I'm confident in writing a script, but I'm more confident than I was because sometimes I tend to babble, so if I wrote a script and I was just babbling in the script then it wouldn't really sound that good. I'm confident in devising performance work now because I actually didn't know what it meant when I entered it the first time, and I do know what it means now and I can make it so there's a performance and it's the way it's supposed to be, but not has time to be rehearsed without unlike improvisation where it's just on the spot. I I'm still kind of confident in directing scripted work because I'm better at the acting side of performances rather than the direction, because sometimes I get all over the place and I think something works and then I have to move it again and it really stresses me out. I still agree with I can create work that is appropriate for a range of audiences, because I can make a performance for young children and old people and people my own age and different types of things. I still agree that I can effectively warm up my vocal cords because of Laura's lessons and the annoying Chicken Tikka song that never leaves my head. I understand what my vocal range is sort of because sometimes I'm louder than I think I am, so it's too loud, but sometimes I don't go as loud as I need to be, but usually it's okay. I can confidently harmonise within group numbers. It's kind of and hasn't changed because it just I don't really like singing at all. I'm really not good at it. I still disagree with I'm confident in singing solo. Oh my god, I hate singing. I'm still kind of I'm confident in singing with an ensemble because I'm not the only one, so if I sound ill, so I know that it's not going to sound as badly when it was just me. I'm still with kind of on I can use my voice to create an atmospheric effect, because like not singing wise but acting, I can change my voice to the mood of or situation of the character I'm using. I still agree with I can effectively warm up my body and understand the importance of doing so, because I've always been doing the warm-ups before performances, and I know if you don't do it sometimes it can end really badly, because like it's the same with running and not stretching. If you could do serious damage if you're acting doing something like the panic or the exaggerated stuff, it could really hurt you. I still disagree with confidently in the physical warm-up because again, not something I tend to do ever. I can kind of follow choreography instructions correctly, it just might take me a while and I might fall over and complain a lot. I still disagree with I'm confident in dancing solo because I hate dance. Completely. I'm still kind of unconfident with dancing as a group because again, the same as the singing thing, I'm not the only one doing it, so if I screw up, it won't be as noticeable as if I'm on my own. I still disagree with I can't
choreograph
a dance because no, I can't dance, I don't dance, I won't dance. I can't interpret the different themes and meanings of dance because to me it's just a bunch of movements and I'm just like, what? I don't know what's going on most of the time. I can plan, I'm still with kind of, I can plan lighting for a performance because I've done it before, but I'm not really as confident with it as I am with other aspects of performance. And sound is the same because again I've done it before, but it's just, I'm not as confident with it because sometimes I think it'll go well and then it ends up not at all going well. I can identify the different risks involved with putting on a performance because I've done a lot of them. I know what could happen, what would be a lot to do with certain things happen, and I've done the risk assessments for them. I still agree with I can fill out a risk assessment correctly because I've done thousands of them, so I know what to put where and how things are supposed to go. I disagree with I understand how to rig lights for different performances because I don't know how any of that works because it's all just very confusing. I'm kind of with I understand the technical possibilities in supporting a performance because I know why they're needed and stuff and why and how it improves a performance. but I would not be able to do it at all. I'm with kind of on I can design a stage makeup look because I've seen Daniela do it. Daniela showed us how to do it, and I've done them before, but it just doesn't go well. I was at kind of I can confidently prefer face for the application of stage makeup, but now I'm on agree because that I know what it, like Daniela showed me the toner, the lip cleanser and moisturiser thing. And I can confidently apply and move stage makeup following a brief because Daniela showed us what to do, and